Hello everybody, it's Eric from Team Interstellar. Today I'm here with Wiggins who wanted to show off his Volcanic deck profile after Maze. So
Yeah.
let's check it out.
So there's already been two other Volcanic deck profiles. This one's quite a bit different. Plays 60 cards now, so it's a lot more fun. But it's probably the most expensive thing I own. Let's get into it.
For sure.
So we got the 3 Volcanic Troopers. Very good card. Searches for any Volcanic card and then can give your opponent a token by discarding a card, which is very important. You play 2 Rimfires. This is when it's ever sent to the graveyard, you can activate both effects on the turn. Either banish it to send out Volcanic from your deck to the graveyard, or you can banish the Blaze Accelerator to place another Blaze Accelerator. So it cycles through cards. This has really good synergy with the Snake Eyes stuff that I play. 3 Shell adds itself, infinite recursion. It's the best thing to discard with the first Sarcophagus or Imseti, so just free fuel, shells, ammunition. I play 2 Rockets. I actually play the Reload this time. This card is just really good. Also, it not being once per turn will come in a lot of handy next format when you can princess this thing back. But for right now, it just searches the Reload or the other one. Scattershot, because Raigeki your opponent's board is good. You have like a bunch of ways to get the Reload into the graveyard. So this card's really good, and the burn damage is very relevant. Doing 15 and then doing like another 2,000 with Emperor, it gets your opponent really low. So you can normally kill them with just like an Axis Code or even something a little smaller.
Yeah.
1 Emperor, this is like the Dragon Ruler of the deck, but it's a lot better. On summon, sets a Volcanic Trap card and burns your opponent for a ton of damage. And then every time your opponent special summons, they take 500 damage, and that doesn't activate. So if they get like hyper low, there's just not really much they can do. And then for the Snake Eyes card, you play with 1 Ash, 1 Oak, and 1 Flame Burge. These cards will be a lot more popular in a couple weeks, but right now they do Volcanic stuff. There's a bunch of combos, like this card searches you Shell or Rimfire, and then you can discard them. This card will summon back Rimfire, so you can activate its second effect in this card, summon back 2 level 1 fires, so keeps your combos going. Then I play 3 Ash. It's the only hand trap I play, but you can add it back with Sunlight Wolf, so it's the most generic one. So I feel like if I'm gonna have 1 hand trap in my hand, this is also good going first or going second a lot of time. Interacts with a bunch of stuff. And then I play 2 Magician Souls. This is a new addition to the deck, but sending like Blaze or Reload to the graveyard and like just face up Blaze cards to draw cards is very good, and it's an extra body for link plays. And the other thing it does is it sends the Diabell Star to the graveyard. So if you don't open up with this card and you open up with this card, you can make Selene and then bring this guy back. Then you can activate its effect. So very good. Keeps your combos rolling, and Extender, and obviously 3 Diabell Star because it sets the wanted. Then you play the Horus engine. This is probably literally the best shell for it. The shells and everything you want to discard, and the shells are free discards. So I did play the 4th one at one point. It's probably just not necessary. Just drawing it's so bad. But I can afford to play like these 2 because it's just so good. And if you just summon back all 3 of these guys, it's I think this is exactly 8,000 this is like 9,000 damage. So into an empty board, just one like Sarcophagus's game. And then you play 3 Fenrir. It's very generic card. Outs a bunch of random stuff. Good going first, good going second. Adds another card for free discard fodder. It just does everything you want for the deck. And like under Shifter, like it's a play. And then you play the new card, the 3 Bonfire. I'm crazy for getting them literally on release day. But I love Volcanic, so I just wanted to do it as fast as possible.
Oh yeah.
Searches you for any Pyro monster, which right now is just kind of all the good Volcanic cards. So it increases your consistency in this deck. But next set, it's gonna be a lot better. Then you play 3 Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, and then 1 regular Blaze Accelerator. This card is removal, extension. You can only activate this card by sending this card, so you have to play the really bad copy, but that's fine. If then not soft once returns, you can special summon a Volcanic monster from your hand, and then you can also target a monster your opponent controls, send a level 1 Pyro, and then destroy it. So This card outsboards, gets you into your engine, and then extends your plays. It does everything you want for the deck. 1 for 1. Play a bunch of level 1s, Snake Eye Ash, Shell. It's just consistency.
Yep.
3 Wanteds for the Diabell Stars, and then 1 Simple Spoils. It's basically another 1 for 1. 1 for 1 can also summon souls, so that's sometimes important. 3 King Sarcophagus. Hard drawing this card is very good because you have like 2 billion ways to get to Shell, and then Shell plus this card is just free, so it protects your plays from hand traps and or extend your plays, gets you out of a bad situation. Droplets. This is probably one of the most broken cards in the game, but not a whole lot of decks can play it. This deck can play it very efficiently with all the free cards you get and all the cards you want in the graveyard. This, I think, is honestly the most skillful card in the game. It has so many different applications. It's depending on what you can use in the damage step, which is important, halves attacks, quick play. It's just so good. It's like one of my favorite cards in the game. I want to play it if I can. 2 Econ. I'm really liking this card in this format right now. All your stuff normally is like on-field activations. You can dodge Imperm. You can dodge just a bunch of stuff, and then even on your opponent's turn, like setting this, and then sometimes just taking your opponent's like monster is just huge. Especially if they summon like Fenrir and you take it, like that's a Fenrir you can use now. Yeah. So, and then 2 Flourish Spell Goods. This card's main targets are either the Fire Recovery, which is basically a Pot of Avarice from the graveyard. You send 3 fire monsters from your graveyard or banished back to the deck, and you draw 1 card. So it recycles all your shells and scatter shots and whatnot, and then also gets you advantage. Or it is the Reload, which this is either a Foolish Burial for any Volcanic card, or with the scatter shot, it is basically Regeki. When scatter shot's sent to the graveyard by the effect of a Blaze Accelerator card, you send the other 2 copies from your deck to the graveyard, and then you Regeki your board. And you can do this on your opponent's main phase as like a quick effect. So you can set up your full board and have this in the graveyard. So if your opponent breaks the entire board with like Lightning Storm evenly, you still have an interruption. So that wins you a lot of games. And doing the 1500 damage is honestly a lot in a lot of scenarios. So, and the last card in the deck is the Volcanic Inferno. You set it off the Emperor, and it's basically like a Imperm on the field. You banish a Volcanic monster. Your opponent takes 500 damage and negate that effect when they activate a card effect on field, or a monster effect on field.
Yeah, more burn. 60 cards.
Yep, 60 cards. Honestly, 60 cards in this deck is like quite consistent because a lot of the cards get each other, and you don't want to draw multiples of like Scattershot or Shell. And it's not like you have to see the Horus cards with the Diabell Scar cards to win. But they just kind of help. They're just power cards. So, going on to the extra deck, for the rank 8s for the Horus cards, you play one of the Zombie Vampire. It just gets you into your plays with nothing else. If you already have your plays, you summon this to make sure your opponent doesn't hand trap you or anything, save from Nibiru, and then you play the one of the new guy, the #1 Infection Buzz King. This guy is really good. So, on summon, you can just like send a guy or send an opponent's monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So you can summon this turn 1 if you want, and you can get information on what they're playing. During your opponent's standby phase, you can attach a card from your graveyard to him as material. So if your opponent has like follow up in the graveyard, you can just take that. And then when this guy is summoned, you can target a card in your opponent's your opponent controls. I think it has to be face-up card. No, it's just a card. So you can even target sets. But you can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if it's a monster, they take damage equal to half the attack it had on the field. So, say you're playing against Fire Kings, and they summon Garunix, and they send, like, Kieran or something, that Garunix is going to be, like, I think 3,700. Some of this guy blow it up, and they're taking, like, 1,850 or something. That's a lot of damage when you're doing a lot of other burn damage in this deck. So, and then for the other cards, we play 1 Link Rebo. Gets you in your plays, makes SP, pretty good. 1 IP, because it makes SP or Unicorn on your opponent's turn. 1 Sunlight Wolf, it gets you follow up and then also makes Heat Soul. You play 1 dark because stealing your opponent's darks is good, and then you play 1 Hita because stealing your opponent's fires is good, especially in this format. You play double SP. This card is really busted, and everyone knows what it does. It's just unfortunate. This card is so expensive. You play 1 unicorn. In some hands, you can make SP on your turn and also an IP on your turn. So when you do that, if you have your SP down here, you can make the unicorn to actually like spin something back and also draw a card. So that's actually kind of cool there. Especially if you're discarding like Volcanic Blaze Star Reload.
Yeah.
You play 1 access code to kill your opponent, 1 Appaloosa to protect your plays from Nibiru and whatnot. 1 Selene, because it's a 1 card. It's pretty much a 1 card. Lets you link up with the Charmers. You can summon back Mseti, Souls, or the Diabell Star, and you can even summon back the Diabell Star when you send it off Souls, so you can get its effect for the first time. And then you play 1 Heat Soul, because drawing cards is very good.
Yes.
So a lot of times I'll just like summon Heat Soul, draw a card, and then I'll just make Appaloosa, because the 2 negate on Appaloosa is normally pretty powerful with everything else protecting it. So that's the deck. Don't really have. I kind of disconstructed my side deck after the event, so I don't really want to put it back together. But deck is a lot of fun. It's been performing well here like every single week I play it, and the bonfires and everything only made it a lot better. So going to next format, I think I'm not going to play Fire Kings or anything. I'm just going to keep playing Volcanic because I think it is a great matchup versus everything. So
I love to hear it. Well, we appreciate you showing off the list. And this has been Eric with Team Interstellar signing out.
see you.